Trezor just announced the launch of the Safe 7 device, and based on what they're saying, this is going to redefine crypto security forever. Is this true? Well, let's get into it. So right now they're only taking pre-orders for the device. And if we click on products, we can see the different price distributions. Trezor was really missing that premium model version. You know, Ledger has the Flex and the Stacks that are their premium, and then 2 other hardware wallets. But with Trezor, it was like a mid-tier model and a low-end budget model. It's cool to see them finally making something of the top caliber they're capable of. At 249 euros, it's not the most crazily priced device. I think it's going to be just in line with the Flex. So, I mean, one thing I noticed off the bat is that it has wireless charging. And if you pre-order, you get a free wireless charger. Not a bad incentive. One thing I would have liked is if there were more colors. I think Trezor went with green because green seems to be their, you know, their brand color. So we have a green and a black to start with, and a Bitcoin version. Now this Bitcoin version is made specifically as a Bitcoin only device. So if you want to get it to hold Bitcoin specifically, this is your go-to model. One thing I like on the design, on the orange, it has these like rivets. It's quite a bold statement to say a hardware wallet that redefines Bitcoin security forever. And this bit was quite surprising that they have a colored high-resolution touchscreen. Why they need a colored screen isn't clear. I mean, it's nice, but unless you're going to be displaying NFTs, which would be pretty cool if we could have the NFTs on the device too. Not that anyone uses NFTs anymore, but it would be interesting to see what this color is used for. Is it literally just for the menus? I don't know. And as we said before, it is Gorilla Glass, so it will be quite resistant to scratches and damage when we're using the device. And we can see here that the screen is 2.5 inches. According to their maths, it's actually 62% bigger than the Safe 5. 1.75 around there, 1.75 to 2 inches. It would have been nice to see a slightly bigger screen here so that you can navigate easily and confirm transactions correctly. One part that's important that they're focusing on here is the battery. Now, screen devices that have a battery generally only last between 3 and 5 years. And in most cases, this is because the battery will die first. They're using a different type of battery, which according to them is 4x the charging cycles. 4x could last instead of 3 years. That could be all the way up to 12 years, making this device, as they say, quantum ready for the future. This device is meant to last long term, and it's good to see, finally good to see a hardware wallet focusing on long-term security. And then just like we saw in the Stacks and the Flex, they're using Qi wireless charging, which can be charged, I believe, on most wireless chargers. You just place it down. If you're looking for a new hardware wallet, be sure to check out aldaroncrypto.com for reviews, ratings, and discounts. Body is aluminum. It's reinforced with glass in the back. That's cool. And has an IP54 dust and splash resistance rating. That is something that we want, is we don't want dust to collect if it's gonna last 10 years. Let's just say it is, I think they're aiming for at least 10 years. We want to make sure that dust and water is not going to corrode, like humidity. Things like this can affect the longevity of our device. And then as you can see on the bottom right, it's compatible with all devices. We have Windows, we have Mac OS, we have Linux, we have Android, and we have iOS. You can connect via Bluetooth or USB-C. These are also secured with open source material called Trezor Host Protocol, THP, which encrypts every command and transaction to ensure no one can intercept, alter, or inject malicious messages. Another cool part is that the wallet, as they say, stays invisible to unknown devices. Very cool. And uses open source encryption to ensure it connects only with trusted devices and applications, keeping your wireless connections protected. And remember, if you just want to use USB-C, which is actually what I do a lot, I don't connect the wallets that I want the most secure to Bluetooth. I literally just use USB-C, and that's completely fine. I've had no problems. Also got this haptic feedback. So that's when you're clicking on buttons with your phone, and you know when you're pressing, you can feel this like slight vibration, or you click on an app, and it gives a very subtle, almost like a shock. You don't feel the shock, but a subtle feeling that you know you clicked on it. A little vibration. It does improve the experience. When you unbox the Safe 7 device, this is what will come in the package. So we get the cable, we get the device itself, we get some cool stickers, and then just the wallet backups and the getting started guide. Very typical unboxing experience. It also has a holographic seal on the bottom so that you know no one's tampered with and plugged in or messed with the USB-C port. And I don't know of any other hardware wallet brand that actually does this. When exploring setup, we can see actually Trezor hasn't changed this at all. So although this device is like high tech and focusing on quantum protection, the seed phrase is still their main source of recovery. The next bit here, they're really focusing their marketing on quantum ready security. What does a quantum ready hardware wallet mean? Quantum ready wallets are designed to maintain operational reliability and security in the post quantum future. Should we be worrying about this? I guess, but to us, like, quantum is just like this made up word, kind of like AI was 5 years ago. It's like, I don't think we're ever going to be able to talk to a chatbot and it will actually respond to me in real time. That's not going to happen. And they hit on that question right away. Do I really need to worry about quantum threats today? No need to stress. Thank you. Quantum computers aren't an immediate threat to your crypto, but planning ahead is smart. Of course, the Safe 7 is the only hardware wallet designed with quantum secure protection, ensuring it can be safely updated well into the future. It's not protecting against quantum now, but when they need to, they have put components into this device in order to face that problem when it comes. Now, what those problems are and how they'll work, we are still super unclear about. Long-term thinking here. And after looking deeper and deeper into the site and the FAQs, we can see what they mean by post-quantum security. Essentially, what they're doing is approving all of these standards. So it's certain frameworks so that they can protect against quantum. And they mentioned there's no single perfect solution. But their three priorities here are hash-based cryptography, stateless design, and fast verification. And here we get a nice look inside the actual device. It's super transparent for Trezor to show this. A lot of companies like to hide their internals, probably because they don't want people to see inside, but it's nice and refreshing to see that Trezor does want people to see. This has dual secure element protection, and from what they say, the strongest physical protection in the industry. It's big claims here that they're making.
The world's first open, auditable, secure element, designed for verifiable security across payment systems.
This is the way the chips interact. Both the microcontroller and two secure element chips, they collaborate together in order to make the device super secure and run smoothly. In talking about the secure element chip, it mentioned the word auditability and open architecture. So essentially, this is so experts, as they say, tested by experts, customers, and open source community, with results publicly disclosed for verifiable trust and reliability. Anyone that has some kind of knowledge in order to look and confirm, their hardware and their software can look at it. It's not closed behind any doors at any point, which is great to see. I think more companies should do this. Trezor open sources all of their hardware and software. So it's so cool that we can completely audit every part of this device. And that is unlike every single hardware wallet out there. It is the only one, I can guarantee you, it is the only hardware wallet that is 100% open source. And you can see, as they have to mention it, Trezor Safe 7 has multiple certificates to make sure they're holding up in standards. This is super transparent again. Companies don't take time to put this information out there. It takes a lot of effort to write all this up, and huge props to the team for doing this. There is nothing that they're holding back from the user and the consumer. It's a rarity in this space. So there it is with the Trezor Safe 7. So they strategically launched this in time for the holiday season, and you can see if you pre-order now, they'll start shipping on November 23rd. I hope you found this video of the Trezor Safe 7 helpful. I personally can't wait to get my hands on one of these and try it out. So thanks for watching, and catch you in the next one.